We're here with Jose Antonio Rivera, a legend.
Yes.
Is it okay calling you a legend? You like me calling you a legend?
Who's coming to champ?
Champ? All right. I like that. This is going to be your third event coming up.
Yes.
Futures of Worcester?
New England's future.
Yep.
New England's future.
New England future.
Yeah. 90% of the fighters on the card are from New England. Like we have usually a couple from New York or outside of New York. But
next fight is going to be in the convention center
at the
DCU.
Center. Yes.
When's the last time you were in the DCU?
11 years ago when I fought and won my third world championship on Showtime, May 6th.
Was it the DCU then, or was it still? I think it was the DCU, right?
It was the DCU.
Yeah. So now, did you fight in the convention center, or you were fighting in the main?
No, we were at the main arena.
Yeah, the main arena.
Yeah.
Are you working up to that with this?
One thing at a time.
What's it like for you? You've been away from the ring now for how many years?
Well, my last fight was 2011.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
You're still working at the courthouse?
Yes.
Raising a family?
Yes.
Doing that thing? Yes. You started this with your son.
Yes.
Why did you start? Why get back into this? This is a cutthroat business.
It's a cutthroat business, but there's a lot of good to boxing. The good part of boxing, and that's the part that I want to be a part of. And because this part I can control, whereas the other part I couldn't.
Yeah.
So, my son and I, we've always talked about doing this, when he was ready. And once he graduated from Johnson & Wales.
Was he ever a boxer?
He did some amateur boxing, and he had some, goals and things he wanted to accomplish with it, but I kind of pushed him towards, going to college.
Stay out of it?
Yeah, stay out of it. Yeah. It's tough.
What is it like inside the business? I mean, you've been on the other side, so you've dealt with the sharks, you've dealt with all the promoters. How hard is it for a fighter, a young fighter, to keep his head on straight? We've seen so many fighters, and the way boxing has gone, on a global scale, it's gone a little bit downhill.
In general, to be a champion, a world champion, I mean, it's hard. I mean, talking about extremely hard. And then so some fighters have the chip stacked against them. So anytime a promoter can be a part where he can make that road easier for them, then that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be a part of. A lot of these fighters, like all these fighters, are not signed to me.
Yep.
They can fight on my show, and then if they go on to bigger and better things, God bless them.
Are you ever going to get to the point where you want to get contracted fighters? I mean, I would think that would be your goal.
That is the goal. That is the goal. But this is our first year, in the promotional business. So we kind of want to put our feet in the water. We don't want to obligate ourselves to anything that we can't come through on. So it would be hard to sign a fighter to a 3-year contract, 5-year contract,
right?
And then you can't come through.
And you can't come through.
You're gonna hold his career back. So unless I run a business that's sustainable, where I know we can keep doing this 4 times a year, then I can start putting myself in a position where we can start signing fighters.
Now, without disparaging any of the great fighters that have been around, there really hasn't been somebody since you that's been you. Edwin Rodriguez, great fighter, great fighter. Trying to make a comeback, trying to come back after that devastating loss. But there really hasn't been a Jose Antonio Rivera. Who do you see on the Worcester scene that's that next big thing? I hear a name. I hear Jermaine Ortiz. That's the name I keep hearing. How good is he? And is there somebody else?
Jermaine Ortiz is exceptional, and so that was one of the names I wanted to give you.
Yeah.
But the other name I don't want you to sleep on, or not many people they need to be awakened to, is our main event for June 10th, Irvin Gonzalez.
Really?
Which is Jermaine Ortiz was stablemate at the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
So they went to the Olympic trials together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those two guys are very exceptional amateurs. They have exceptional potential for being world champion pro careers. I mean, a lot of these fighters coming up have the potential to be great fighters.
You have a fighter that's fought in your first couple of events, I think, Bobby Harris.
Yes.
The third, he'll be fighting for this one. We don't have to talk about his father. We know we know what he was. What is Bobby Harris III like? I mean, does he remind you of his father?
I think watching Bobby Harris III fight at times, I can get a glimpse back of what his father used to be.
Yeah.
So they have similarities at times.
Yep.
And then at times he's his own little fighter. So it's kind of good for him to see that he's kind of coming up and to give it his own name, his own style.
Right. I was going to say there hasn't been another Jose Antonio Rivera. There hasn't been another Bobby Harris.
Yeah, no. I mean, really, when's the last time you've seen a heavyweight come out of Worcester where have accomplished what Bobby Harris accomplished?
Yes.
It was phenomenal.
It was.
Yes.
So what's happened to boxing in recent years, and why now do you think there's a resurgence, especially in the Worcester area? It's been a boxing town historically,
Right.
but it just kind of like the interest kind of waned. I would say perhaps after you got out of it, it just didn't seem to be there.
Yeah. And that's kind of the reason why my son and I decided to start this promotional company, is because we wanted to bring boxing back to Worcester.
Yep.
And then eventually branch out from there. But we're a grassroots company. We're from here. This is where my career has basically come out of. So I kind of want to feel like this is where I want to, make a name for myself before we branch out.
All right, now to finish up the video, throw me a combo. Can you throw me a little something? Come on.
I gave you a little southpaw combo.
There we go. You can go right back in the ring. Jose Antonio Rivera, thank you very much.
Thank you.